you fail assignment that day, they will close 1 o'clock. You will be in school till 4 p.m. doing punishment. But today it's not like that. We have an easy way of doing things. And anything that is easy always have a dangerous repercussion. Anything that does not have cost attached to it is a dangerous thing. Let's beware and let's be careful. Tell your neighbor, take the growth process serious. Number 3, I call it the stage of self-discovery. After birth, there is the growth process. The next season in your life will be the season of self-discovery, to discover who you are. Discover who you are. And in discovering who you are, you must understand your purpose in life. Jesus said in John chapter 10 verse 10, he said, the thief cometh not, but for to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But I am come that ye may have life and have it how? More abundantly. He knew that he came to give life. He knew that he's a life giver. He didn't come to take. He didn't come to destroy. He didn't come to steal. He came to give life, and not just life, that we will have it how? More abundantly. So in discovering yourself, you must be able to understand the gifting of God in your life. What is that gift that is in you? What is that talent that is in you? What is the calling of God upon your life? You must have that clear understanding. It is knowing who you are, knowing what has deposited in your life that will enable you to move to the next season of life progressively. But failure, it simply means you may not be able to move to that next step and make progress. Brethren, I want us to know, not everybody will be a pastor. Not everybody will be a doctor. Not everybody will be a lawyer. Not everybody will be a successful businessman. Not everybody will be a career civil servant. But in all these, wherever you discover yourself, there is a ground, there is a provision for you that even in that thing that you are doing, you are not exempted from preaching the gospel from where you are. So anywhere you find yourself, it becomes your mission field. So your ability to discover who you are is what will help you. There are some of us, if we were to work in civil service or in the military, we may not be able to shoot gun. It's not everybody that has liver that he can kill. And there are people whom God has gifted to succeed in the area of business, that give them little thing and they will turn it around into a mighty things. These are gifting from God. Your ability to discover it is what will help you. Just like not everybody can be pastor. If you want to force yourself to be pastor, you will weary yourself out. It's a calling that you should think twice before you even accept. You must pray well. Because it comes with heavy price, with heavy demand. While others are sleeping, you are moving from one place to another. While others are resting, you are busy doing one thing or the other. You carry the destiny of men on your head. And so when they travel, it is you that is traveling. We may not need to come out and tell you, oh, we are praying, we are doing. No. When they are pregnant, it's you that is pregnant. When there are issues, problems around them, it's your problem. That is the calling of a pastor. And so it's not a small calling. So at this level of self-discovery, it is demanded that you not just discover who you are, but you must make effort to develop yourself, develop the gift, develop the calling, develop the talent that is in you. Don't let it roll. Don't leave it at that level. If you have discovered that you like speaking to defend people, something happened and you stand ahead. What is the matter? And they told you, and you said, you're supposed to do like this. You are at fault. You are supposed to do like this. And you settle the matter. What is that telling you? You have a gifting. You can argue out things and come out with substance. If you realize that you have the gifting of a lawyer, what do? You pursue it. When you leave it at that level, you will not be able to achieve the purpose for your life. You know you like unscrewing things. I had a boy, he was very small. Anything that comes to my house, if I'm not careful, he'll carry a screwdriver and dismantle it. And he'll proudly say that in this house, it's only 2 engineers, his daddy and himself. And that day I went to town. In the course of his engineering, he entered inside the toilet and locked himself up and couldn't open. I had to come back from town to unlock him, to dismantle the handle of the chair. But to God be the glory. He's following that line and he's studying engineering. So I want you to know, your ability to discover who you are is not enough to guarantee fulfilling God's purpose as the next season of life unfolds until it is developed. If God has given you the gift of prophecy and you are not found in the place, constantly in the place of prayer, seeking the face of God, how do you grow in that and begin to discharge prophecies to people? If God has given you the gift of a teacher and you are not constantly studying, you don't listen to other people's teaching, you don't read books, you don't develop yourself, how do you stand and you rightly divide the word of truth in the midst of people? So for every self-discovery stage, there is the provision for you to make effort to develop whatever you have discovered so that it will be of use, not just to you, but for the people and to bring glory to God. So very, very important. Look at Luke chapter 2, verse 46 to 49. Luke chapter 2. Luke 2, 42 to 49. Sorry, 46 to 49. And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him, that's Jesus, in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business? Jesus knew what he came to accomplish. And the Bible says they went for a feast in Jerusalem. And when they were returning, they didn't know the time Jesus had sneaked out of their midst and went back and sat where the doctors of the law were teaching. And the Bible recorded that Jesus was listening and was asking them questions. And anytime he asked questions, they said, This small boy, where did you get this wisdom, this knowledge? They were astonished. Why? He knew he came to preach that gospel. He came to liberate humanity. And he must develop who? Himself. So he sat there listening. He sat there asking questions, getting more understanding, developing his capacity so that he can stand and minister. And for 3 days, they were looking for him. This man has abandoned, this young boy has abandoned his family in the quest of developing himself. And so when they found him, they said, why are you dealing with us this way? We have been looking for you, I and your father. And he said, why are you looking for me? Will I not do my father's business? At that time, he has not begun his ministry, but he was preparing for his ministry. The Bible recorded in Matthew chapter 4 that Jesus, after he had fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, the tempter came. But I'm not after the temptation. I'm after the fasting and the prayers. It was a process of self-development. So many of us, fasting looks like a taboo. And we want to live well with him. We want to make impact. We want to chase demons. We want to bind and loose. But we are not developing ourselves spiritually. And I want us to know that when you discover who you are and you live yourself at that level, you will only live a wasted life. Because you will die at the level of just a potential person. He had potential, but he never achieved it. He never realized those potentials. Why? He failed to develop himself. So, brethren, it is very, very important we discover ourselves, understand what God has wired in the inside of us. Let's understand the deposit of God's grace in our lives. Let's understand the gifting of God in our lives. Let's understand where God has placed us to function optimally and to get results in whatever we are doing. There are things that you do that you get result. Another person will do it and will sweat and nothing will come out. Because God has deposited his gifting, his talent upon your life for that purpose. So wake up from your slumber and make sure you develop yourself so that you don't end your life like a sample. You know sample. This is how it will look like, but it never look like that. Don't live your life like a sample. You are born to live your life real. The Lord will help us. Number 4 is this level of the season that requires that you deploy the skills or the talent or the gift or the calling of God in your life or grace. Deploy that grace. Put it to work. Let what you know, let who you are begin to manifest. Let who you are begin to show forth. Don't live your life and you stop at the level where you are not able to manifest. So, brethren, that level is very, very critical. Very, very important for everyone to understand. Look at Matthew chapter 4 again. Matthew chapter 4. Are you in Matthew 4? Can someone read for me? 23 to 24. We just saw that when I was listening to the doctors of the law, asking them questions. Now, after that season, a season came that he became the preacher himself. Can you read that for me? 23 and 24. And Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogue and preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing how many? All manner of sickness. what the doctors of the law could not even do, he came doing it with ease. And all manner of disease among the people. And his fame went throughout all Syria. And they brought unto him all sick people. Go on. That was of what? Diseases. Yeah. And torment. He did what? He healed them. Why was he able to do this? He has developed himself. Why was he able to do it? And everyone, no one was left unhealed. He has taken time. He has fasted 40 days and 40 nights. He has sat under the teachings of the doctors. He asked them questions. Some questions they could not answer it the way he wanted to. He could also contribute to what they were trying to answer. And so he has developed himself. And now is the time to demonstrate grace. When the man has passed through the medical school, a time will come. He will not continue to be a student forever. A time will come, he will find himself where? In the hospital, to begin to practicalize it by treating the people, by taking care of the health of the people. So Jesus had developed himself. And when it was time for him to demonstrate grace, it was not something difficult. Brethren, if you fail to develop yourself in any area that God has deposited his gifting in your life, you will not be able to demonstrate grace. There are people who are into businesses, but they never see any reason to upgrade themselves. And the world is changing constantly, is changing on a daily basis. We used to be analog. From analog to what? To digital. From digital, we moved to a realm that is above digital. And now we are in the AI season. So if you are still operating in the analog, those days you want to dial telephone number that has 00 with the number, until you finish the number before you listen, whether it's ringing. Later it becomes buttons. Now you can speak with somebody in the US and you are seeing the person is seeing you.